Hey everyone, today it's whale day. Whales, I don't know if we could do it all in one day. There's 90 different types of whales. We can't do all 90 whales, but let's do some whales. There's 90 different whales. 14 of the whales have baleen. 76 of the whales have teeth. Baleen, what is baleen? Well, let me show you the greatest guess somebody gave to me. Senior, Grace Sutherland. When she graduated from Blanchette, then went to Western Washington University to study marine biology, on the graduation day, she said, Finn, I want you to have this. I go, no way. What is it? What I think it is? She said, yes. It's been in their family on above their fireplace forever, and they didn't want it anymore. So she thought I might have it. What is it? Well, this is the baleen of a humpback whale. Go ahead and feel it. Look at it. Touch it. Be careful of it. I have to teach for another 20 years. What does it feel like? That's what I was thinking about. This feels just like this. In fact, up here, it feels just like these things right there. Oh, human anatomy question. What is it made up of? Baleen is made up of the same stuff that makes up our hair and our fingernails. Have you come up with the answer yet? You're right. Keratin. It's made up of keratin. What it is these baleen plates. They have anywhere from 200 to 400 of them, and they overlap. They're huge. This one right here is over 3 feet big. What they do is they overlap and they act as the comb. So the whale just takes a big bite of water and then it spits out the water, and the water goes between these bristled things, and then anything in the water, it's going to swallow on it. You remember it from watching Nemo. Be careful, again, this is going to last for a long time. But baleen is made up of keratin. Oh, do I need to write it? Sure, I'll write it. Keratin. Keratin. K-R-A-I-N-G. It's made up of keratin. Hopefully you can see it up there. Whales, they fall under the mammal group called cetacean. There's a couple other types of cetaceans. There's whales, there's dolphins, and there are porpoises. They're all mammals under the cetacean group. Cetacean in Greek means sea monster. I can understand why they call them cetaceans. All right, today what we're going to learn about is a couple of whales. Our first whale that we're going to do, let's do it. Let's do the biggest whale. That one right there, the blue whale. Oh, the blue whale. It's the biggest whale of them all. Oh, let's stop. I got to show you something. I got it. And play. I'll turn it up. Do you see it?
Dwarfed by the vast expanse of the open ocean, the biggest animal that has ever lived on our planet.
Ever lived on our planet?
A blue whale.
Huge!
30 meters long and weighing over 200 tons.
What?
It's far bigger than even the biggest dinosaur.
Bigger than a T-Rex?
Its tongue weighs as much as an elephant. Its heart is the size of a car. And some of its blood vessels are so wide that you could swim down.
You can swim down its blood vessels?
Its tail alone is the width of a small aircraft's wings.
Could you imagine seeing one?
Its streamlining, close to perfection, enables it to cruise at 20 knots. It's one of the fastest animals in the sea. The ocean's largest inhabitant feeds almost exclusively on one of the smallest, krill, a crustacean just a few centimeters long. Gathered in a shoal, krill stain the sea red, and a single blue whale in a day can consume 40 million of them.
8,000 tons! 8,000 pounds! 4 tons!
Despite the enormous size of blue whales, we know very little about them. Their migration routes are still a mystery, and we have absolutely no idea where they go to breed. They are a dramatic reminder of how much we still have to learn about the ocean and the creatures.
Well, let's learn about him. It's the blue whale. The blue whale. What I want you to write down, it's the biggest whale. God, they said it was the biggest animal ever to live on the earth. How big is the blue whale? It's 100 feet long. 100 feet long? Well, this room that I'm not supposed to be in, but I am in, is 33 feet long. So it'd be this room, Miss Seeley's room, and then Miss Murphy's room. That's huge. God, how much does it weigh? It weighs 100 tons. Oh, man. Wow. What else do we want to know? We want to know, as we go through these whales, does it have teeth or does it have baleen? So they said it has baleen. What does it eat? It eats shrimp, small shrimp. It eats krill. How much krill does it eat? It eats 4 tons of krill a day. Oh, man. You don't have to write down that. Its blood vessels are so big that you could swim through them, or its tongue weighs more than an elephant, or its heart is the biggest size of your car. What else do we want to know about these things? Not only is it the biggest whale, it's the fastest whale. It can swim 30 miles an hour. More on this a little bit later. Let's talk about the baby. What about the baby? How big is a baby blue whale when it comes out of mama? The baby blue whale, when it comes out of mom, 26 feet long. When it comes out of mama, it's 3 tons. Oh, that's got to feel good for mama. Now remember, these things are mammals. And the definition of mammal is that the babies drink milk. So that means that baby blue whale comes out to mom and drinks milk off of mom. Well, how much milk does a baby blue whale drink in one day? Take a guess, take a guess. It's 26 feet long. It weighs 3 tons when it's born. How much milk does it drink in a day? Yeah, 100 gallons of milk a day. Man, it's drinking milk. It's drinking milk. It grows about 1.5 inches a day. It grows 200 pounds in one day. That'd be, if this is a block schedule class, that during this class, it would gain 15 pounds. Wow, they grew up right in front of mom's eyes. All right, it's the blue whale. It's the biggest whale that's ever been on the earth. I gave you some stats about it. It said it eats krill. It has baleen. I told you about its baby. Now, I got to tell you about this guy. Come on, guy. Where are you? Blue whale. Blue whale. Blue whale. This guy. See, before we learned how to drill a hole in the ground and get oil out of the ground, how did we heat our homes and light our homes? Well, what we did was we went out and we killed whales. We killed whales and we took all the blubber from the whales and we melted it down into oil. It was the oil industry of back in the day. Well, the whalers, they'd go out there. There'd be whoever has the best arm, we on top of the boat. Right in the front of the boat, and he had a big harpoon. And when they got close to the whale, they'd throw the harpoon, and they'd kill the whale, and they'd bring him back to shore, and then melt down the fat, and they'd get a whole bunch of money because it was the oil of the back in the day. Well, they always wanted to get a blue whale. It's the biggest whale, but they couldn't get a blue whale because the blue whale's the fastest whale. I said it goes 30 miles an hour. The whalers, they'd come back going, we came close to a blue whale. We were right back at it, and we were ready to throw. And then it saw us. And when it saw them, it would go 30 miles away from them. 30 miles an hour away from them. And the boats at that time couldn't go 30 miles. So they couldn't get one. Well, it brings me to this guy. Have you ever been to Norway? No, you haven't been to Norway. Well, if you ever go to Norway, you're going to see a whole bunch of this guy. Sven Van. Sven. If you go to Norway, there's going to be statues of Sven. There's going to be books about Sven Van. There's going to be Sven Avenue, Svan Theater. Everything out there is Sven Van. 1 in every 7 boys in Norway are named Sven. What's up with Sven? Well, Sven was brilliant. He was a brilliant whaler. And what he invented were 2 things. One thing that he invented, an exploding harpoon gun. So now they didn't have to have somebody throw the harpoon. they didn't have to get close to the blue whale. They could be a long ways away. And then when the blue whale came up, they could launch the harpoon. Sven got some blue whales. He killed a blue whale. But a blue whale weighs 100 tons. You can't lift a 100-ton whale on your boat. His men would jump on the blue whale and they cut up as much of the blue whale as they could. Then they put it on the boat. And then the whale's blowhole would get filled up with water, which would go into its lungs. And then the blue whale would sink down. And Sven would go, "Ha! Well, at least we got some of it." It wasn't good enough for Sven. So Sven went back to the drawing board. He thought a little bit more. And he came up with the second invention. His second invention was an air compressor. Oh, Sven was brilliant. So now, he could launch his harpoon. He could kill the blue whale. And then when they got over to the blue whale, they started up the air compressor. And they put an air hose down the blowhole. This kept air in the lungs, and the blue whale didn't sink. So Sven Vaan had all the time he needed for his guys to cut up the blue whale. And then they put it on the boat, and more of it on the boat, and more of it on the boat. And they brought it back to land. And it's the biggest whale of them all. There's so much blubber in there. Sven was a millionaire before there were millionaires. He had so much money. He got a big fleet of whaling boats. And they specialized in killing the blue whales. Oh, Sven Vaan, you're brilliant. In 1 year, in 1931, do you know how many blue whales Sven Vaan and his company killed? Take a guess. In 1 year. There's 365 days in a year. Wow. Sven Vaan and his company in 1931 killed 29,000 blue whales. Holy Sven Vaan! He got so much money. Nice, Sven. Nice job. Now, there's anywhere from 5,000 to 10,000 blue whales left. Thanks, Sven. Thanks a lot. That's our first whale, the blue whale. Now, let's go on to the next one, the gray whale.